Okay, so it ended up taking about 1.5 of my little green cup here fulls of water, of warm water, to get the consistency I wanted with my starting mix. And I used warm water because I want to start with a good foundation for the seed. I want to go ahead and get that infrastructure, the container. I want to go ahead and get it warm. I want my soil to be warm. I want everything that the seed needs to be in place before before I put the seed in there. And that gives you a good head start. I wouldn't say you need scalding hot water, just kind of warm to the touch. You just don't want ice cold water. Of course, if you do use ice cold water, I think it works just fine. I just like to start with warm. All right, so let me show you the consistency that I went for with my seed starting mix. Here it is right here. So it looks a lot more clumpy, less powdery, and if I get a handful like that and squeeze it, it just clumps together. That's what I like right there. Something that clumps together. Okay, so that's what I'm going for whenever I make my seed starting mix. And basically what I did is I put all the ingredients in there, and then I added the water, and then I just got in there like a man and just started throwing it around, mixing it in, getting it all in there. So the next thing we're going to do is take a look at our containers and get those set up, ready to be filled, and then we'll take a look at our seeds. All right, so here's how I'm going to fill up these little pots. I want them about 3/4 of the way full. Just going to take about a couple handfuls of dirt, throw it in there, pack it down real nice and tight, and that's about it right there. That's a good 3/4 of the way, just a little over halfway full. And the reason I only want it halfway full is these are going to be for my tomatoes. Okay, so my tomatoes, what's going to happen is they're going to come up. I'm going to plant probably 2 per little peat pot, and they're going to come up, and the first leaves they're going to have are just their little seedling leaves. They're not the real leaves, so they're going to then sprout true leaves, which will look a lot different. And you'll notice that if you plant tomatoes, or actually just about any plant. And then whichever seedling is the strongest, the one that either comes up first or the one that has the true leaves first, or if that happens at the same time for both of the seedlings, then I'm going to just keep the one that is bigger, taller, looks better, and is going to hopefully be a better plant. So that's what I'm going to do there. And the reason I fill them 3/4 away full is because when your little tomato plant starts coming up, it's the stalks have this are covered with these fine hairs, and each one of those hairs can actually be a root. Okay, so once the stalks start shooting up, I'm going to start backfilling a little bit at a time with this same mix, or maybe a little compost, worm compost or something like that. And I'm just going to keep backfilling them, and so that'll let the tomato plant have more roots offshoot, and it just kind of be a bigger, stronger plant, have a better chance of really kind of advancing well. So that's the plan. As far as my seeds go, let me get them for you here. The first thing you want to do is get your seeds from a reputable supplier. I choose Seed Savers Exchange for mine, and also I think it's Patriot Supply that I got some of these from as well. So let's take a look at what I got here. Got some orange Prince daisies that need to be planted, so I will definitely plant those in this little planting day. I've got some globe basil that's going to be going in, and not in these pots, but probably in those right there. I've got some tomatillos, however you want to say that. That's from mypatriotsupply.com. That's where I got these from. I hope you can see that. Anyway, so that's these guys here. As far as tomatoes go, I've got a beefsteak tomato. I've got a Rutgers tomato. I've got a Moon Glow, which is new for me this season. And then I've got Roma tomatoes. My Roma tomatoes did so well last year. I got, oh my gosh, one plant I think gave me probably about like 60 little tomatoes. So and they were so good. Beefsteak tomato did well. The Rutgers I had a little trouble with. I think they're called army worms. I think they really kind of took control. I've got some pictures. I'll try to link those. Anyway, so I'm going to be planting those, and what I'm going to do is just take the seed, or take my finger first for my tomatoes, and make a little hole there. And the soil is actually dried out just a little bit. I may need to add some more water. I'm going to put a little hole there. Then I'm going to kind of put my seed in there and then backfill with some soil. So, and then what I'll do there is just water everything, and it'll be real nice. All right, I've got all my pots filled. I've got all my seeds in. All I'm going to do now is fill them up with. Actually, I'm going to kind of backfill across these little seeds, just a little bit. Backfill, backfill. And then I'm going to put some seed starting mix over these, and then they're going to be good to go. I will label them with some little label sticks, and just to let me know what's what. I'm really excited about these Moon Glow. I want to eat one now, actually. So I did have to wet my my pots, the soil in the pots, just because as you can see here, the pots themselves actually absorb a lot of the moisture in the dirt. So I had to add quite a bit there. So that's pretty much it. One the good thing about these peat pots is that you can plant them in the ground, and that they will break up and expand with moisture and just kind of turn into nutrients for your plant. So that's the good thing about using those. So I'm excited about my tomatoes. Hopefully in a couple of days we'll see some germination, and I'll be sure to update you guys on that. As for now, God bless and happy planting. Say bye, Luna. Bye, girl.